Well, good morning, everyone. Pastor Al here. I'm going to tell you something today that I bet you all already know, and that's that friends are important. Now, you know that. I mean, you all have friends, and you like being with your friends. You have fun with your friends. Probably if you're one of those people that have a hard time finding friends, and that happens to just about everybody sometime, you really miss having friends, and you feel that there's something missing from your life. One thing that's always amazed me is that animals can have other animals who are their friends. In fact, I've noticed with dogs, dogs are about as friendly with other dogs and make friends with other dogs as much as any other animal I've seen. They make friends with other species too. Let me show you a little story about one dog who literally owes his life to his friend.
The story starts here with this post on Facebook. Urgent, 2 dogs missing, setter mix and basset hound. Tilly there on the left and Phoebe on the right, missing for a week in Washington State. Volunteers on Vashon Island, led by Amy Carey, herself a proud dog owner, she understood. A whole week had passed, then Monday, the first call, a sighting. Just one dog.
He called to say that he had a reddish dog that had been coming into his property maybe once a day for the past 4 or 5 days, briefly.
When the man who called tried to approach the dog, not knowing it was Tilly, Tilly would then run off into the ravine. So that volunteer, Amy, gets the call of a dog discovered.
I saw Tilly, and really my heart sort of stopped and kind of exploded at the same time.
All because of where she found Tilly, right next to a cement wall, a water reservoir built into the ground.
She was both scared, and you could see a little flash of relief in her eyes as well.
Relief because Tilly had been there right next to Phoebe the whole time.
Channeling her inner Lassie, trying to let somebody know that they were there and that her friend was in trouble.
Tonight, with the help of that volunteer and Tilly the dog who didn't give up, both dogs are home again.
Now, you know, probably my favorite dog video of all time is of a little chihuahua named Trixie being saved from the jaws of a coyote that was going to have her for breakfast from her best friend who happened to live next door, and her best friend was, well, a Rottweiler. Pretty cool, huh? Probably seen it before, but that's all right. I enjoy watching it again myself. So I get a very simple message. I'm going to be studying with your parents and grandparents the book of Ruth for a couple of weeks. It's a book in the Old Testament. It tells a story about a woman who has a very hard time, and her daughter-in-law, whose name is Ruth, who becomes her friend, not just her relative, and is faithful and caring for her. Now, it's kind of amazing that someone stole this story about these two kind of nobody people, something that happened 3,200 years ago, and we're still reading and studying the story now. Not many stories like that in the world. But one of the reasons why we read it and study it is because there's this powerful friendship. The old woman has had a terrible life. He tells both of her daughter-in-laws to leave. One of them does, but Ruth says, no, I'm going to stick with you. I'm going to stay with you. And whatever future you have, I'm going to have. And then more importantly, she says, and your God's going to be my God. And her God just happened to be the God of Israel. And God uses that in an amazing way. Now, let me just say, again, something you already know. The friends are important. It's really important, though, not just to have friends, but to be a good friend and to be that kind of friend that sticks with your friend when they need help. And I don't mean by that when they do something really stupid and they want you to do something stupid with them. What I mean is that everyone has hard and sad times in their life. And when that happens, your friend isn't usually very fun to be around, but they still need a friend. And guess what? You're going to have hard times in your life. And I really hope you have good friends who will be there for you in the middle of those hard times. Sure, God will be there to help you. But sometimes I think the way God helps us is to send us a good friend to be with us. So very simple message today. Have good friends and be a good friend. Be there when your friends need you, when they're having a hard time. And have the kind of friends that you know you can trust to be your friend when you need somebody. Somebody did that 3,200 years ago. And they wrote about it and they put it in the Bible and people still remember them. Who knows what your help for your friend, what your care for your friend might do. Thanks for spending a little time with me today, kids. We'll see you next week. Bye.